lovely. So I know a lot of you have had your prom, but there are a few of you that still haven't yet. And when I asked on Twitter whether I should still do a prom video, a lot of you guys were encouraging me that I should still put one up. So this is my prom video. Basically this video is all just going to be my advice, stuff that I've learned from maybe regrets that I have from last year at prom, and general just advice from everything from what to wear on your nails, to prom dates, to your hair, to makeup, to dress, to shoes, to accessories. So this is going to be quite a long video, so I'll list all the topics in the down bar and then put a little time next to them. So if you just want to hear about one topic, then you can just go to the down bar, find the topic you want me to talk about, click on the number, and it will take you to that time in the video where I start talking about that thing. I'm going to show you my prom dress, and then basically I'm going to base most of the video around the prom dress. So I'm going to tell you how I would style it now, things that I would kind of pick to go with the item, and then give you some alternatives, and then some other items that I think would look lovely for prom but maybe not with the dress that I have. So even though you're not going to be able to get the same dress that I have, and you might have a totally different style and colour, I'm hoping that the way I think about constructing an outfit and putting an outfit together will kind of start to trigger in your head how maybe you would think about putting an outfit together, if that makes sense. Let's crack on with the video. First things first, I'm sure you guys are eager to see my prom dress. I had my prom almost a year ago now, in May 2011, and that was my end of year 13 prom. I never went to my end of year 11 prom, but I did go last year, and end of year 13 is basically end of A-levels, end of sixth form, for any of you guys that aren't familiar with the way we do it here in England. I apologise if it's not ironed perfectly. Basically I wore it out again after prom, and when I say someone spilt beer on me, I don't just mean on my dress. I went up behind this person with a pint of beer in my hand, and they knocked my elbow, and the pint of beer went down my face, through my hair and onto my dress. I was soaked. I was actually gutted, so I ran home, put it in the wash, and it was so hard to iron. So if it's not ironed perfectly, then just please forgive me. My dress was from ASOS, and it was ASOS brand. It wasn't another brand sold through ASOS. It was actually ASOS, and I think it was around £130 give or take, which is quite a lot of money. ASOS described my dress being a taupe colour. It's a really odd colour, but it's really lovely. I absolutely love the colour. It's a really nice nude. It has like this floral applique, and then it has like this pleated skirt, which I just absolutely loved. And then when you turn the dress around, there's this huge keyhole on the back, which just made me fall in love with it. And then the top has just a little like collar thingy mabob. So let's get on to the first topic, and that is your prom dress and your shoes. The number one thing about prom for girls is, what are you going to wear? You kind of have to think before you go looking for prom dresses what everyone else is wearing. So ask your friends what you're wearing, ask the people that have kind of organised it what the kind of, maybe not theme, but how everyone's kind of dressing. You know, is it going to be really formal? Is it going to be kind of black tie? Are all the girls going to be wearing maxi dresses, or are they going to be very kind of fashiony dresses? And by that I mean the kind of dress that I wore to prom. A lot of me and my friends went to places like ASOS and Topshop for our dresses. Then you've got to think about your price range. So, you know, how much is too much for you? For some people, you know, like I spent £130-ish, you know, that might be a hell of a lot for some people, and that might be nothing for some. If you're going to wear it again, then great, maybe spend more money on it. If it's going to completely empty your bank balance and you personally don't think it's worth it, don't do it. Spend what is comfortable for you. So the next thing is thinking maybe what colour you want your prom dress to be. And I didn't really have a colour in mind. I was pretty open-minded. But you might just want to think about maybe what time of year it is. Obviously, most proms are held around spring, summertime. So you might want to go for a nice nude colour, or you might want to go for a bright colour, maybe like a pinky colour like this. Or if you're comfortable wearing like a black dress, wear a black dress, screw it, like who cares. Next thing you need to think about is kind of a shape and cut that you're going to be comfortable in. I ordered mine online, so I had to really think about this. If you're buying in store, you can kind of try things on, you can see whether you like it or you don't. I ordered mine online a week before my prom because I knew the dress I wanted, and I didn't get paid until like a week before, and luckily it came within like a few days and I loved it, thank God. So you kind of have to know what you like. Don't just look at something and be like, wow, I love that, let's order that. Think to yourself, when I get that, am I actually going to think it's amazing and then try it on and be like, actually it's really unflattering on me? So you need to think about that if you're online shopping and you are against time. But if you've got lots of time in your hands, I mean, most online stores give you free returns or free exchanges, so I wouldn't worry about it too much, but it just kind of saves you time and stress if you just really think about what you're buying. A lot of you have been asking me where are the best places to shop for prom dresses. I would probably say ASOS, Topshop, Style Compare is a great place to compare different types of dresses and stuff. You can try online boutiques or boutiques kind of around your town. If you like Google them, like your town name and prom dresses or something like that, you should get some shops that maybe you didn't even know about in your town that you can go and visit. They tend to be a little bit more expensive, but around prom time I know that they tend to do like special offers and things. So onto shoes. Now pretty much everyone at prom wears heels, but if you don't wear heels and you can't walk in them and you feel so uncomfortable in them, don't wear heels, because you're better off just wearing flats, and probably no one's going to notice that you're wearing flats anyway. You're going to look more odd if you're stumbling around in shoes that you can't walk in. It is about being confident and comfortable. If you're not comfortable, you're not going to be confident, and it's just going to ruin your prom. I'm going to show you some shoes that I have in line maybe for the prom dress that I showed you. I would either go for a contrast with my dress, give it more of a hardness compared to like the soft girliness of the dress, and for that I would use my Campbell Litas. And yes, I know you're probably like, oh my god, surprise surprise, every YouTuber has them, but bear with me, I have other options to show you. But the Campbell Lita is just such a great shoe to walk around in all night and have a boogie with your friends, and I know that I'll be comfortable in them all night, and they do give a really strong contrast between the dress that I've picked out. If I was to have a more kind of girly and complimentary shoe, I'd probably go for this khaki green suede shoe that I have. It's got a little bit of a platform, it's got a very thick wedge, so it's almost actually as comfortable as my Campbell Litas, and even though they're a bold colour and they would stick out quite a lot from the colour of my dress, I feel like it would still complement it at the same time. It's kind of a feminine shoe, but it's kind of got that modern twist of like the heel and the platform, so that is an option. Now a shoe that I do want to show you is this gorgeous wedge that I got from Office, and the green ones were from Office as well. If I can find these ones or the green ones online, I will link them in the down bar. These look just adorable with a little bow, they're so girly, they're quite hard to walk in, but they've got the gorgeous little ankle strap, and they're just such a lovely pair of shoes. Try places like Topshop, Office, ASOS. New Look are actually amazing for shoes. New Look have like heels for like £25. So after you've figured out what dress you're going to wear and what shoes you're going to wear, you start to get excited. You're like, finally I've got an outfit and I can't wait to wear it. But then you're kind of like, oh, you know, what makeup am I going to do? And my number one tip for you guys is to just stick with what you know. For example, if I was to go to prom with a full-on smoky eye and huge fake eyelashes, I would feel so unlike myself and so weird. For me, I would feel much more confident having my makeup just like this and having a lipstick on. So with my dress, I would either go for a bold red lip that stood out between my dress. I think it would have a really lovely contrast. I would go for probably Ruby Woo by MAC. It's a really gorgeous classic red colour, and I think it would look lovely against my dress. Another lovely red that I have is by Bobbi Brown, and it's more of an orangey red, but I think that would also be a lovely colour, and it's definitely a little bit more summery, and it's got more warmer tones in it. If I kind of had a lot going on with my accessories and my nails and my bags, I'd probably go for like a nude lip, and I would either use Hue by MAC, which is my favourite nude, or the other one that I have is Honeylove by MAC, and that's actually a matte nude, but it's a little bit too brown for me. I'm not a fan of it on my skin tone, but that is a colour that you could check out if you have slightly darker skin than me. Although I say that, my mate Lucy has the same colouring as me pretty much, and this looks amazing on her, so I think it's maybe just my lips that don't like it. Now if you really wanted to go summery, I would go for like a nice coral lip. It might look nice against yours if you have quite a neutral dress. I have one by No. 7, which is called Geranium, and it's very nice matte finish, and I do love this one. And the other one that I have is by MAC, and it's actually a Sheen Supreme, and it's in Got to Dash. This is like a really shiny one. It's a little bit more sheer. I prefer Geranium. It's a little bit lighter, but that is still a lovely colour. So a question that I constantly get asked on Tumblr at the moment is it worth getting your makeup done by a professional? In all honesty, in my opinion, I say no. I know a lot of people, especially my best mate Lucy, she felt like it was very caked on. She felt like her eyeshadow wasn't right. Even though they're professionals and they know what they're doing and the makeup was done really well, I wasn't very hurt, she wasn't very used to wearing makeup like that, and she just felt uncomfortable. She took most of it off before we went out that night. If you guys are going to get it done professionally, make sure you communicate with the makeup artist, tell them what you like and what you don't, and maybe go for a test run before. Don't get your makeup done an hour or two before prom, or at least leave enough time so that you can run home and correct it if you don't like it, because there's nothing worse than having makeup you hate and then having to go to prom, because then you're going to hate your photos, you're going to hate how you feel, and again you're not going to feel very confident. I feel like it's not really worth the money if you know how to do your makeup well. So we all probably forget about what we should wear on our nails, and I have quite a few nail varnishes to show you. You can't go wrong with a nude. You know it will go with everything, and I would either go for a nude with my dress or a pop of colour, but the nudes that I absolutely love, my number one nude is Nude Beige by Model Zone. I absolutely love this colour. Another nude that I have is Ambitious by Me. Also a lovely nude, but it's a little bit lighter. And if I was going to go for a pop of colour, I would go for Coral again. I actually used Coral last year and I used the Barry M one, and it's just called Coral. Another coral that I have is by Model's Own, and that's called Coral Reef, but I would say it's a little bit cooler and more pinkier than the Barry M Coral, and the Barry M Coral is more warmer and it's got more of a orangey tone to it. I actually prefer the Barry M one. Another two options you could have, you could go for like a classic bright red, which I think would look really lovely with my dress as well, so I keep looking over there because my dress is right there. I've just got this one called Red Wine by Barry M. Or one that you could go for that's very, very on trend at the moment is a pastel colour, and I've got this blue one on now by Topshop, and it's called Forget Me Not. If you have like a pastel-y coloured prom dress, you could get like a different pastel colour and it could almost be like colour blocking. But I don't know, that's an option as well. So the final thing to think about is your hair and your accessories. I'm not going to do any hair tutorials, but I have got some that you can look back, and I will link you in the down bar. I have one which is almost like a milkmaid hair, you know, when you have like the two plaits attached to the top of your head. Now I know that's not everyone's thing, but for some people I think that would look really cute, and I think I'd probably go for something like that with my prom dress, so you could actually see the back of the dress. So if you want to see that, that'll be in the down bar. That's like a Mary-Kate Olsen inspired hair tutorial. Or I have another one which is like my top 5 most worn hairstyles that I did at the end of last year, which I will link as well, because there are a few quick and easy simple hairstyles that you could do. Because personally for me, I keep it very simple because I don't have the sort of hair that will curl and do these amazing prom hairstyles. You know, I pin it up and it falls down straight away. If you want some more kind of like proper prom hairstyles, there are plenty on YouTube. I know I haven't been very helpful, but there are plenty of things you can do. But hopefully those videos that I've linked to the down bar will give you some ideas. A lot of you again have asked me whether you should have your hair done professionally. Now I think I'm more for getting your hair done professionally than your makeup done professionally. But again, go for trial practice. You don't want to look like you've got a bloody loaf of bread or blancmange on your head. So last thing are accessories. I wouldn't have any accessories with my dress because I've got a high neckline and I've got a lot going on with the dress. But for you, you just have to kind of think about, you know, what neckline you have. If you have like quite a low neckline, you might want a necklace. If you have quite a high one and your hair up, you might want to have a nice big pair of dangly earrings, or, you know, just a statement cuff or some bangles. You know, you just have to kind of think about what's going to balance out your dress. Next thing you need to think about is a bag. Now I would either go for a clutch bag that you hold in your hand or under your arm, or I'd go for one with like a little thin strap that you can kind of put over your shoulder. I would say if you had a maxi dress, I would go for definitely just a clutch you hold in your hand. If you have kind of a dress that's the same length as mine, I would say go for something that goes over your shoulder or is a clutch. I think with a maxi dress, something that's kind of sits on your hip doesn't look right, but if you've got a short dress on, it looks fine. And after you've decided what style you want, you kind of need to think about what colour and decoration you want. If you've got a very, very plain and simple dress, then I would say go for something that has maybe a lot of decoration on, maybe lots of sequins, like a silver bag with lots of sequins. That would look really funky. Or you might just want something with a pop of colour. That's certainly what I would do with my dress that I have, because obviously there's a lot going on with my dress. The kind of thing I would go for would be a clutch bag like this, and this is my clutch bag from Rocket in Camden. Oh, still money in it. Oh my god, what if I have like loads of money in here? Oh. I have like 5p, that's really disappointing. But anywho, I would kind of go for a bag like this. I love burgundy, and this was like £3. I think this would look really lovely. If I was to wear this, I'd definitely go for a nude nail though. and match it up with like a red lipstick. Another bag that I have, which is very similar to that one, the same colour, is this one that I got from Topshop a little while ago. It's a little squiff now because it's been a bit bent, but it's like a little box and it's got a strap, so I think that would look lovely with my dress as well. Again, places like ASOS and Topshop and New Look are great for little bags to take for nights out, and bags like that you know you're probably going to use again. I am going to briefly go over prom dates. So if this is someone that you want to ask to prom and you're really kind of worried because you don't actually know them too well, definitely do it to their face. Don't do it by text or Facebook, because then that gives them the opportunity just to ignore you. If you know them quite well and you're all very friendly and you're pretty sure that they're gonna say yes to you, then you can just like ask them to their face, ask them on Facebook, ask them by text, but oh my god, make sure that you're close enough to them that you can actually do that. But if you don't have a prom day, I would just say girl power. You know, why not just go with your girlfriends? That's what I planned to do until I got a prom date last year. And it's the 21st century. If a guy doesn't ask you, bloody well ask them. Because it's the 21st century, like I said, and guys appreciate girls being forward. Obviously don't be in their face. Chances are, if they say yes, they were probably wanting to ask you to go as well anyway. And if they say no, then eat a tub of Ben & Jerry's, watch Sex and the City. If you're old enough, have a glass of wine or two, and hugs from me, and it will all get better. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and you don't realise how long it's taken me to film this. I've had neighbours making the worst noises ever, like that sounds so wrong. Basically I've had like one neighbour mowing the lawn, and then they stopped after like doing it for about an hour, and then I've had another one mowing the lawn, and then I've had kids screaming, and this is what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure they're not going to shut up now, so I'm just going to say I apologise for the background noise. Glad the video's over, you didn't have to listen to that all the way through, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!